We're here with head women's basketball coach Peterson Abiad. Coach, can you give us your overall thoughts on tonight's game against Bluefield State?
Well, it was another close game, and many of the last games we've played in, we get out to a lead and have a hard time sustaining it or really turning a corner there. Again, that happened tonight. Obviously very happy to have come out with a win, and I think we have talked a lot with our team about being prepared for this exact scenario, and I feel like we respond fairly well when it comes down to the last few minutes. I think the frustration is building in that we're in that situation all the time. I did feel like we had some good leadership down the stretch. We had the right people taking the shots. Corey got some looks, and Imani got some looks, and Kirsten. So in the end, we did what we needed to do to win. But we still have a lot of growth to do from both an offensive and a defensive standpoint.
Imani Gordon finished with a team-high 23 points, becoming the 26th Viking to record 1,000 career points. Can you talk about her performance tonight?
Well, Imani, has just such a tremendous capability of scoring, and she has had some very big games where she's put up a lot of points. I think early on in this season, we were really spreading the offense around quite a bit, and Imani wasn't doing as much of her individual scoring. Tonight, I felt like she came out of the gates immediately with the mentality, that she was going to. Was going to get us on the board points-wise, and I think she scored our first 6 points. She needs to play with that type of mentality, and it's what has gotten her to the point of being a first-team all-conference kid, and she knows that teams will be preparing for her, and yet she still finds a way to both score for us but also assist well for us. She's one of our best passers as well. So I think Imani is doing a really good job this season and had a really nice game tonight to complete the non-conference season and heading into the conference season. And it's a special thing to achieve that 1,000-point mark. So few people ever achieve it, and now we've got 3 kids on our team with that milestone.
As you mentioned, Imani joins classmates Corey Coleman and Kirsten Green in the 1,000-point club, and this is the first time in program history that 3 players have been on the same team with 1,000 points. Can you talk about what those 3 bring to the team?
Well, it's the first time in my memory that I've ever, known of that type of a situation. At least I've not been a part of that type of a situation. These 3 have grown up in Cleveland State basketball. They started out in their freshman year playing quite a few minutes due to injuries and that type of thing. They got a lot of time on the floor. Now, as I recall, I think Corey scored maybe double figures as a freshman, but I think Imani and Kirsten were like 3 and 4 points a game. But yet you could see where they were going to, how they were going to develop and where they were going to develop and how they would emerge as leaders and both scoring and defensive leaders for our team. And through the ups and downs of our seasons, those 3 young ladies have grown immensely. Now in their senior season, they have very high expectations, and I see a very strong leadership, and I see a mentality that they need to, play a very significant role here. And I'm proud of what they're doing and how they've grown throughout our program.
Next up, you host Valparaiso to start Horizon League play. How does your game plan change, if at all, once you start Horizon League play?
Well, our game plan changes from one opponent to another, and I'll start preparing for Valpo tonight. But as I was telling the girls in the locker room tonight, we aren't going to reinvent the wheel. Now we have in place the majority of the things that we are going to rely on all year long. I mean, we may add a play here or inbounds or something like that, but for the most part, we have in place what we need to use to get through the conference season. And what we need to do is just get better and better and better at those things. And that's what we use the non-conference season for. And we need to be prepared now to take on our conference opponents with all of the arsenal that we have, so to speak. I don't know that our game preparation is any different. I think that there is a different sense of urgency when you hit conference play. I think that there's an understanding that this is for something. It is more meaningful than being in non-conference play, and that's true of both for us and for our opponents. And so we need to be at the top of our game.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.